It is taking on the president. A church deacon in Texas who runs a well-known business here in Minnesota is suing the federal government. At issue, the controversial contraceptive mandate included in Obamacare. Nick Winkler found out that this could cost some Minnesotans their jobs, Nick.
Well, it could, and the legal question here is whether the contraceptive mandate is a substantial burden. In this case, a church deacon required to pay for something his religion opposes. Tonight, he says his faith may force him to sell or close his world-famous business right here in Minnesota.
Our goal is to get each other to heaven.
On the phone, Greg Hall tells us he's paid nothing to be a Roman Catholic deacon of the Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston.
Well, you know what? As we say here, we don't get paid really anything, but the retirement benefits are great.
It's why he's CEO at the for-profit American Manufacturing Company in St. Joseph, a mining equipment manufacturer that received national attention for helping rescue 33 trapped Chilean miners in 2010. Tuesday night, though, Hall filed this suit against the federal government.
If your religious views and values were being violated, you would want the same exception too.
Hall's attorney, Eric Cardle, says the contraception and abortion pill mandate in the Affordable Care Act violates the Religious Freedom and Restoration Act. The mandate, he says, forces Hall to choose between his faith and obeying the law.
Deacon Hall is saying, how can I teach in the seminary? How can I teach moral theology if, on the other hand, I'm running a business that's required to participate in contraception and abortion?
Hall now employs 42 people, up from 5. He says he wants the government to grant an exemption so he can offer health care without contraception or abortion pills. That's Hall's only complaint. His attorney says without an exemption, though, Hall's faith would not allow him to offer insurance, which could make it harder to attract workers.
I'm afraid that they're going to leave, or a good portion to leave, so much so that I may not be able to have a viable company up there. And at that time, obviously, if I can't get anybody to come work for me, I'm going to have to shut down.
Now, the government exempts churches and religious nonprofits from the mandate, but not for-profit companies headed by people of faith. Now, attorneys, Leah, say that the Supreme Court is likely to rule on this issue this year or next.
Of course, if he wins his case, it wouldn't just affect his company. This could have an effect on all women.
Could affect women throughout the state of Minnesota, 900,000 according to Planned Parenthood. In fact, Planned Parenthood of Minnesota says that the ACA was the biggest advance in women's health care in a generation. Could be determined in court.
Okay, we're going to keep following it, Nick. Thanks.